Hi, I'm sorry that, dear viewers and readers, I'm unable to address all the concerns through written word, keeping the busy schedule of mine in view. It is really impossible for me to write down the responses for all the concerns expressed by my able friends from all around the world. A recent incident of attack on Charsada University is almost concern of everybody in Pakistan. 21 students were martyred there by terrorists. The terrorists were also killed. Four terrorists were handled very skillfully and smartly by our armed forces, especially Pakistan Army commandos. They went into the university building and they cleared it off. In fact, last year the terrorist attack was launched on APS, Army Public School Peshawar, where 130 students were martyred and their teachers and other staff. The total number was 150 probably or 140, I don't remember exactly. These were provocations. Someone is provoking a third nuclear power of the world. And I don't know what the final response will be, but those who are in my field and they know international relations and all that, that when conventional means were failed during Second World War, the president of USA had opted for nuclear attack. And finally, the war was ended, the Second World War. And obviously, President of USA calculates everything. His decision was not a abrupt one. And so far, all those who were involved in attack on Pearl Harbor, which infuriated American public, after that response from President of USA, all those dictatorial characters and warmongers are so pacified that everything is fine now in Europe. With America, nobody can think of uh, carrying out such attacks with express identity. And the 9/11 attacks, okay, there was a secret organization involved in it, and President of USA was kind enough to confirm the whole thing. The investigations are still going on, and those who were, some of them who were responsible for it expressly are now brought to justice. And obviously, that attack was from a small organization. No nation was involved in it. So that's why response was also very limited. Here in Charsada attacks, our sources in Pakistan army, and they're all indicating one thing, that the chief designer of all these attacks is somewhere in Kunard, in southern provinces of Afghanistan, maybe where these where Americans, NATO, or Afghan government is having little control. Or rather, no control. These provinces are under militants' rule. In south. So I don't know. I mean, being a Pakistani citizen, journalists are also, I mean, they are also having families here in Pakistan, and we are also worried about their future too. Fear, it kills your abilities. And fear at such a large scale, someone is trying to demoralize and suppress this brilliant nation of 1800 million people. It is not easy. I mean, we are also looking into it. We all are looking into it. I came across a video on Facebook posted by a friend, every friend. And of course, I don't believe in everything which is being posted on internet. There was a militant leader, and he was expressing his thoughts, which were reflecting his character as a psychopath and having a very little knowledge of the world. I don't repeat all of his words, but the world shall know that he was saying that democracy as a political system in Pakistan, legal system of Pakistan, and educational system given by Lord Macaulay. He wants to end all that to promote his own Sharia law. And the method which he is trying, he says that murder of all the students in Pakistan will stop providing fresh blood to the system which he hates. So the guy, I might not have taken that video seriously, but after the APS incidents, Army Public School incidents, and that Charsada incidents, Charsada University massacre, that confirms that that psychopath is serious and is pursuing his agenda. You know that you means the one who has raised this question before me, that nuclear powers, they need clear target if they want to respond with nukes. And so far, mist prevails around. DNA test reports confirms that all the four terrorists were from Pakistan. That was on a private TV channel. I don't know. I haven't seen any concrete evidence of that. And their cell phone numbers, army says that were of Afghan origin. And they were in touch with someone in Afghanistan while doing all this. So obviously, in high hills of Afghanistan and in lawlessness prevails there, and in lawless areas, these guys are enjoying safe havens. So the prudent course of action will be some sort of joint strategy as we are allies with USA in war against terror to handle these guys. And if they are specified, their location has been specified, well, they can be, I mean, not with mere threat of nukes, with a potent threat, they can be pushed towards surrender. And if they don't do that, so the world knows what will be the outcome of that. But these are extreme options, and I think that those guys will surrender soon. And the strategy which anyone can devise, I mean, prolonged wars in Afghanistan had caused too much devastation, economic devastation to the world. Since the days of Aurangzeb Alamgir, he was a Mughal king, and his expedition, military expedition in Afghanistan, was resulted in total collapse of his finances, his exchequer. So Soviets, they had invaded Afghanistan, and finally their economic collapse was resulted in dismemberment of Soviet Union. Now they have independence for 15 states. Soviet Union is no more there. Though their invasion cannot be justified. It was fought vigorously by Afghans and rest of the world too. And then Americans, after the 9/11 attacks, were having no option to enter in Afghanistan, and that is also the economic cost and the precious lives of American soldiers are a big loss. Economic loss is also too heavy. The human lives, the precious lives which we have wasted there, are also a concern of everybody in USA and rest of the world too. Civilized world shall not suffer so much because of the foolish deeds of few ignorant extremists. And the methods, the use of nukes method was devised by President of USA during Second World War. And even if mere threat works to make them surrender, that will be all right. But keeping the fact in view that through conventional means we are miserably failed to stop these attacks. So now option of nukes is becoming much more feasible. If you look into history, those who have carried out an attack on Pearl Harbor, now they're really very good boys and girls. I mean, they don't do such things anymore after a nuclear response from President of USA. The whole Europe and America has seen a lot of peace during all this period soon after the Second World War. And that is what I think. I mean, humanity can be best served when everything created by human, even I don't consider this. I by myself, I'm a pacifist. I do believe in total disarmament of the world. But it does not mean that we can surrender before the terrorist when we do have options to make them behave. So, like any other Pakistani, I do have family, children too. I'm also worried about them. Though the, the area where I'm based, that is almost at a 300 or 350 kilometers distance from Bacha Khan border. It is known as Kohat. It's a big garrison area and a very secure town. It's not a small town, it's a division, Kohat division. It has it's a big area, a very beautiful one. And me, I'm working here as a correspondent for Associated Press of Pakistan. And like men and officers of Pakistan Army, like police force officers and men, like DMG group guys, district administration people, we all work hard, and so far we're quite successful in maintaining peace here. But the lurking danger is a cause of tension about the nerves of everybody. Schools even in Punjab are closed, in Sindh are closed. So I think that at Prime Minister level or at the level of President, somebody shall come up with a comprehensive response to all this to restore the nation to restore the confidence of our nation. We shall not live in fear. Nobody shall live in fear. Fear curbs your abilities. It curbs your potential as human. So the better course of action is that the confidence of the nation shall be restored in a way that something substantial shall come up, shall be there from at the highest level. And of course, with consultations with the world community, with our allies, especially some grand strategy and some solid steps to restore the confidence of the nation is badly required. Children are brave enough. My own children, all the six, are going to, from the day one, they're going to school. And the security arrangements are ideal here in Kohat. And my advice to the people who are bit nervous is that all the security arrangements under Security Act shall be implemented in a realistic manner. We have 1,200 schools here in Kohat, 60,000 schools. We are having 1,200 schools and colleges and universities together, all together educational institutions. I can say we have 1,200 educational institutions in Kohat and 60,000 educational institutions in all of the KPK. And I don't have statistics for the rest of Pakistan. And educational institutions are of, I mean, many of the institutions are owned by government, and rest of the institutions are private. And among private institutions, we are having categories. So not every school can afford to have those security measures which are being suggested by the government of KPK under Security Act, or probably that Security Act has been promulgated by President of Pakistan. I'm not sure about it. So we shall move in a way that we shall avoid to pressurize each other for no reason. We know the economic realities of the schools, private schools. Some of the schools are good, but financially they are not very sound to install the walk-through gates and everything which the government now wants them to do. So we shall not like with this in simple words that kare darwish barjan darwish. Our anger shall be against the terrorist, the one who has challenged us as a nation. So I'm honestly advising all my country fellows that they shall not embarrass each other because someone has attacked Pakistani children. They shall all concentrate on eradication of this menace. The government shall also take all the measures, economic and other welfare measures, to ensure that the terrorists cannot become, the terrorists shall not become able to find local collaborators, because when there is rampant unemployment and people are economically down and out, it really becomes difficult for law enforcing agencies to do their job. And when the mafias are there especially. And then we all as a nation shall have a very clear concept in mind that the principles of rule of law are clearly written there in our constitution. We cannot afford to have anyone above the law in this country. The one is big if he is abiding the law. If he is a law-abiding citizen, is big. I personally don't recognize anyone of political mafia or drug mafia or that weapon mafia or any other mafia financing the terrorists, supporting the terrorists, giving them way to enjoy massacres, doing killings for half an hour, for quarter an hour in a army public school. Is it possible without local support? Without the local sympathizers? Who let them get into Pakistan if they came even through Afghanistan? These are the questions which are haunting everybody's mind here. And we do have very experienced and educated people. And we must utilize their abilities in finding out the solution to this problem. I don't agree with that Khair Darwish, Barjan Darwish idea that poor man becomes angry with his own self. Many complaints are here. The schools are obviously our people, their economic and civil rights are being taken away by mafia many a times in the name of democracy. Even in the worst military rule of General Musharraf, people were having some rights. And some serious efforts were made to uplift the economy of this country. Because army is not mafia. It is the only institution, a developed institution in Pakistan. So we shall also focus on developing all political institutions too into really democratic ones, because political mafias cannot, they do not believe in giving rights to the people. They just come up with a demagogue and they start promising false things, and finally, the moment they are in power, they take away all the rights of the people. And they start settling scores with each other too. So this is all nonsense. Nobody can, especially a nuclear power, cannot, a third nuclear power of the world cannot afford to have, if anything wrong goes on here in Pakistan, say for example because of the misdeeds of certain ignorants, if Pakistan becomes destabilized and our nuclear assets, of course, when there is a degradation, there is general degradation, leads to degradation in every aspect of life. And these nuclear stuff, if it became insecure, now that those who are claiming that we, the Pakistan Armed Forces, I mean, I'm not a regular part of the army, I just had a training during college days with the Jan Bas Force and some duties with them for a few months. But our number is very little. If the whole nation goes mad and if anybody can take advantage of this situation of unstable Pakistan, what can happen to the world? So the issue is really serious. That's why I'm not addressing any other concern in this video. I'm just highlighting all the aspects of the issue. It is high time to think in terms of upgrading our political institutions. Let me give all of you a very funny example. During my college days, as my whole family is from Pakistan People's Party, so I by myself had filled the form of People's Youth during my college days, and they have told me that you and Mohtarema Benazir Bhutto, she's my elder sister. I was the one who had received her here when her papa was in trouble, and nobody, when she came to Guwahati, I have been, along with my cricket team, I was the one who had attended her in the garden of Nasim Gul uncle, Dr. Nasim Gul uncle. And only my cricket team was, nobody was coming near to her because she was in trouble, and you know that people are mostly fair weather friends. Everywhere in the world it is so. People of a very high blood, of a very good nature and of a very high family, they do not deceive their friends in their in their difficult times too. But all other people are also good, but generally they cannot afford to take side of a one who is being oppressed or who is under pressure or in a problem. So I love her. She's my elder sister, and everybody shall know that why I take her husband's name so frankly, because they're all so junior to me. They have told me that when I have signed the form of People's Youth, they have told me that after Bibi, you are the first one or second one or third one. I don't know, but I was among the pioneers of People's Youth. So those forms are, as nowadays Republicans and others are voting within the party through those forms after getting registered in a party. Never ever in Pakistan such thing has been witnessed. Even during her lifetime, though she was good enough and she has tried to register every party man and voter all around the Pakistan, but inside party there was never any occasion that if somebody had called me that okay, come over to Larkana or to anywhere or to even in my own area, that there is some election within the party and you have to vote for a candidacy of someone. So no party elections are being held, and what to think about other small parties? I mean, they were not having the leadership of that the caliber of Bibi or Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. May God bless their souls. They are both martyred. So we have to move gracefully towards all directions. The top priority shall be tackling of the terrorists, and all other priorities shall not be ignored. Economy shall be in a perfect shape. Political parties, they shall have a very democratic system within their parties. It is unconstitutional to have all your family in government and in government offices when you take over the power after getting elected. Constitution forbids that nepotism. I by myself I'm so careful that when I had mentioned that in my previous video too, that as a government servant, as a monitoring officer, as a protection officer, I never had done any favor to anybody. My both brothers, the youngest one is a businessman and the younger one is a lawyer, a very successful one. I never employed them anywhere. My friends are, by the grace of God, they know me very well that I do not do violations. We have to set examples before our people, good examples. To make this country successful, peaceful, and secure for all of us. So, this is what is required, and I hope all those, especially one friend of mine, was too concerned about all this and wanted my comprehensive opinion on this. So I do share it with the rest of the world too. The whole world is my home. I consider the whole humanity as my concern, their welfare, their security. And I hope that my own country fellows, especially those who are interested in politics and are doing politics, will consider my opinion, because the questions are raised from public. People are, especially those who are living abroad. We are getting good amount of revenue from the people, from Pakistanis who are living abroad. In foreign countries, they are sending money, they are working there and sending money to feed their families here, back in Pakistan. So their concern, because those especially who are in America or in Great Britain, they are so worried about this situation here in Pakistan that in democracy our civil and political rights are being snatched. And situation has become so bad security-wise that children, their security of the children in Peshawar and in the rest of the Pakistan is at stake. So it's a high time to redefine our priorities, and mind it, the one who says that okay, he will that dictators, they spread up corruption, they institutionalize it, they institutionalize the corruption so that nobody can have any objection upon their illegitimate rule, because everybody is in the same boat. So they spread corruption rampantly. Democracy survives with the spread of middle class. And when the system becomes awfully corrupt, the middle class, because the economy definitely becomes destroyed. So middle class that gets squeezed. That situation helps the terrorists because people start listening to them. I'm a regular viewer of Dawn TV, and that uh, I enjoy that comments of and analysis of Bacha Khan. Elderly, I respect him a lot, and he's very intelligent man too. And he was giving data that people, they do listen to the terrorists. Obviously, they do, because he was telling about the existence of the organizations with chain names. Because if the government is not responding in a better way, and the extremist organizations are providing relief to the people, people will listen to them. There was a Taliban revolution in Afghanistan. They had ruled that country for some time. Though finally they were a failed government, because by confining your educated people in homes, you cannot rule your country. They shall also think, because those of their mind are also Pakistani citizens. So it will be better for them that they do have families here in Pakistan. Not at my level, only Madam Hillary Clinton have also assured everyone that come through ballot, come through elections, promote your agenda. It is impossible to kill all the children here in Pakistan studying in Western education system. Obviously, the world will respond if the government will not respond to that. Nobody can allow that genocide of students, which they have announced, which their leader is talking about, and not talking about, had taken steps by killing innocent students of Army Public School Peshawar and then Jarsata University. And there are a number of school buildings which were being destroyed by them. Hundreds of schools were being destroyed, buildings were destroyed by them. So it's very, very critical situation. I'm trying to steer their thinking too, because this is their Pakistan, and if upheavals, political upheavals, and this violence will ultimately deprive them from that freedom which they are enjoying right now. Even as extremists, they are moving around. Though no violator shall be set free. No cruel agendas can be promoted here in Pakistan. Constitution does not permit for that. So it is their Pakistan too, and they shall also think about the future of their families, about their children. Okay, there will be heaven for everybody. The one who is good for his own people, for his family, for the humanity, will definitely go to heaven, for Jannah. it is not, that is a crazy idea that only those will go who are having some specific brand of Sharia of their own and they want to impose that through killings. They were failed in Afghanistan, they were failed in Dar Adam Khel, they had taken over that neighboring tribal area of mine. And the moment they came into power there, they have started doing cruel things, were imposing very unrealistic uh, taxes, were snatching everything from the people, and finally they were defeated by the people, by themselves. So I don't want the situation in which people become, in settled areas, even if there is a civil war-like situation, and people of Charsadda were out with their arms finally, because we are not. The race which is living here, we have got both things, the brain and the heart too. I mean, if you're academically good and sound, and if you're excellent politicians and journalists, you're also very good fighters. Each man and even woman of our society here can use gun. And the people of Charsadda were out with guns finally after that incident, of recent incident, after the attack on Charsadda University students. I by myself was not sure that how, I by myself being a part of the system, I know that from September 2011 to 2013, 31st December 2013, I was there in Peshawar as a monitoring officer with FATA Disaster Management Authority, and I know that going to FATA Secretariat, and it is not possible for anyone to go to reach APSC, Army Public School, which is situated near FATA Secretariat on the Marsik Road. That road is a very protected one. Nobody can dream of doing these things. And how suddenly that our contracts were ended on December 2013, we were being sent home, and everybody is free now to do anything in Peshawar and in Charsadda. And so I by myself, I was too angry at that. I keep my head most of the times. That is the demand of my profession. And I know that Pashtun leaders, they are also, all are of my caliber, rather of much better caliber than me. They can deduce that without the help of local people or those who are even probably in government, if they are having sympathizers, they are free to do massacre. So what is going to be the reaction of Pashtun community? Everybody knows that. That is crystal clear that Once if the target is clear, that who is facilitating them, who is helping them, thanks God that Pakistan army had moved swiftly and had cleared the whole thing and are issuing statements which are quite convincing. Everybody is calm. But that is abhorrent to my and people like my mind, Pakhtun community, my province, the whole thing. We are not convinced, to be very frank. And finally, I hope my message to my own community here in KPK has been communicated clearly in this video. We shall be at a very high alert all the times. All those who are free and are having guns with a understanding with government shall sit behind behind or near all the schools with the understanding with administration. All the schools cannot afford to have walk through gates and everything, which the Security Act demands. We shall not push each other. We shall not oppress each other economically. We shall be very realistic. So those who can volunteer themselves with proper understanding with government authorities shall take over the responsibility of protection of the children all around the KPK and even in Punjab and anywhere else where the threat is, in Sindh, in Balochistan. And till the time that menace has been eradicated completely, we shall remain at a high alert. We shall take all the steps necessary, but in a spirit of brotherhood. We must not corner each other. It is my feeling that whenever I talk about welfare state, about problems of the people, some terrorist activity starts here in Pakistan. I suspect that mafia is behind it. And we all know that what type of mafias we are having here. They just want to spread fear among the leadership, among the public, so they shall not become able to have a decent political system, have a decent economic system, have a decent welfare system for them. That is the right. With the rest of the world, we all grow. And with these words, I want to end all this talk. I wish all the best to all my viewers and readers, and hope that situation will improve in Pakistan soon.